The season preview of the shift. We are here. I am ready for Major League Baseball. No, the real season is starting this week. I was going to say screw Soul. Shout out to Soul for having baseball down there. But we know opening day baseball is here for real. This week, Nick Earnshaw, we're back. The shift is here. Episode 49. Let's go. Major League Baseball later this week. Ready for the season. Let's go.
Talk to him, Francisco. I love the energy. It's opening. Well, this is the real opening week. I'm not gonna lie. I love Soul, but man, 3 a.m.
Soul's got soul, baby. But the real Soul is coming this Thursday.
Was not awake. But we got the season starting. Oh, I can smell the hot dogs. I can smell the crack of the bat. I can hear the crack of the bat. I am thrilled. We got another season, Francisco. The shift's going to be ready to go all season long. We got ready. Content episodes. Yeah. We're going to be going places. It's going to be a jam-packed year. Let me tell you. I came prepared. You did not, clearly.
I know.
You didn't.
I got the old radio station on my Westchester University.
All right, we love it. We love it.
I got to. Yeah, I got to.
You know what
I'm saying?
Love
you know what I'm saying?
I love it. But listen, I'm as excited as you. We're here. It's finally here, man. Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm ready, man. Thursday at 1:10, Brewers Mets. I don't know why I was gonna say the Cubs always play it, but no, they're not. They're gonna be playing later in the day, I believe. So, but the Brewers and Mets on Thursday at 1:10 p.m. Eastern time, which is where we're at. I'll be ready for 3:05. I know you will as well. Strider, Wheeler, Phil's Braves. Chance I could get rained out, actually, so it might be Friday. But for right now, Phil's Braves, Thursday at 3:05. But before we get into, look, this is going to be a mostly regular season preview. We'll preview some awards. We'll preview the divisional winners, stuff like that. We're definitely going to get into it. But we have to get into probably the biggest sports. I would say it's the biggest sports story of the year, not just baseball story, biggest sports story of the year so far. Last time we did the episode, Nick, we were able to hop on the same day. This story came down about Shohei Ohtani and his interpreter and everything going on with this whole gambling scandal. At the time, all we knew was about the ESPN story about Ippei Mizuhara, Shohei Ohtani's former interpreter, and all of his ties to this gambling scandal. At first, he said Ohtani helped him wire money for his gambling debts, and then backtracked it afterwards and said he actually had nothing to do with it. So let's get into it. Let's get into Shohei Ohtani spoke to the media today. Nick, I know you have the audio ready here. Let's just get right to the audio. This is what Shohei Ohtani had to say today through his new interpreter, I believe.
結論から言うと、彼が僕の、口座からお金を、盗んで、なおかつ、みんな僕の周りもそうですね、みんなに、嘘をついていたっていうのが、結論から言うとそういうことになります。
Just to kind of just go over the result, in conclusion, Ippei has been stealing money from my account and has told lies.
I mean, there you have it, dude. He's been stealing from his account and he's told lies. This is after we saw him and Mizuhara in the dugout for game number 2 or game number 1, whichever game it was. Game number 1. It was opening day, technically opening day of the regular season, and looked like they looked like they were the best of friends. Looked like the close friends that they claimed to be. But here it is. Ohtani claims that he didn't know about it, that he's telling lies. Now, that was just a snippet. Just going to take you through a short timeline list of what was said. This was according to The Athletic. So he opened up by saying pretty much, I'm very saddened and shocked that someone who I trusted has done this. This is according to Ohtani. I never bet on baseball or any other sports or never have asked somebody to do that on my behalf. I have never gone through a bookmaker to bet on sports. Up until a couple of days ago, I didn't know that this was happening. In conclusion, Ipe has been stealing money from my account and has told lies. I mean, that's pretty much the extent. He did go on pretty much just saying he was beyond shocked. He kind of, said he's not feeling great about it, feeling sad, feeling disappointed, feeling upset, and said, lastly, he said, I'm looking forward to focusing on the season. I'm glad that we had this opportunity to talk, and I'm sure there'll be continuing investigations moving forward. Nick, what's your reaction to this?
Well, first of all, he didn't take any questions during that media press conference today. No questions. It was just a statement from Ohtani and then his brand new interpreter. I don't know, man. This is such a wild story and a shocking start to a baseball season that I don't think anybody saw coming. And like you mentioned in the open right there, these guys were buddy the day of this story dropping. Like they knew beforehand that this was going to drop, and they looked okay in the dugout. Like everything was fine, like no big deal. I mean, this is a gigantic story. The best player in baseball has been compared. He's Babe Ruth-esque, right? Like he pitches, he hits. Like this guy is the face of a sport, not a face of a franchise, the face of the global face of a sport. And he is now embedded in this scandal. There's still got to be questions, man. I'm sorry. Like there's still so many questions because the way the story got out at first, things were just not adding up. They changed the story. Things happened. Maybe the guy was completely taking money from him and Shohei had no idea. But there has to be a full investigation. And I love Major League Baseball dropping this on a Friday that they're investigating Ohtani. A nice Friday news dump while everyone's headed in the weekend. Oh, yeah, we're going to investigate Ohtani. Let's put the press release out on 5 o'clock. It was late in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon. So that was pretty funny, too, to see that happen. Because, the MLB is scared to death about this. This is the face of baseball. They've put a lot of resources into him being the face of the game. And this is not a good look, no matter what happens here. The thing that just still blows my mind is that there were 9 wire transfers, 9 of $500,000 to the bookmaking operation in Southern California that is under federal investigation. Now, I know he makes a lot of money, but you're telling me he didn't see anything in his account? And then when the first story came out, he actually wired the money for the interpreter? But no, we backtracked on that statement. And the Tuesday interview that the interpreter Ipe did with ESPN is not coming out now. Is that just forgotten? There's so many that after I didn't learn anything today. The essence of my point is I don't think we learned anything today. He made a statement because he had to. He had to come out and say something at some point. He's going to have to answer questions at some point. They can't just hide him from the media all season long. So today we learned absolutely nothing on this situation. And I think we're not going to know more about it for a little while. I think the investigation needs to happen for Major League Baseball into Ohtani, as well as the investigation into the bookmaking operation, right? Like, there's so much here that I think we still don't know, and there's still questions to be answered in my estimation. That's just where I'm at with the whole entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing, dude, it's very convenient to come out, have your new interpreter, read a statement from you saying, I mean, he read it himself in Japanese, but still just read a statement, didn't take any questions. I'm sorry, that doesn't look great. If you really didn't know about this, if you're really like stunned and all this stuff, I understand that you're saying you feel the way you feel. I mean, you're going to field questions. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never been in this type of situation. Maybe I'm wrong, but my, experience as a sports fan is in these type of situations, if someone really didn't do something or whatnot, even if it's a situation like this, you're still gonna, try to not make it look like you did and actually did anything wrong.
Yeah.
So,
well, another thing I'll even add. Sorry to cut you off, just to
absolutely.
jump in. There's people that are involved in legal. There's lawyers involved now, so they're gonna want him to be as quiet as possible. They don't want him to say anything. They want to control the entire narrative. So when there's lawyers involved, obviously he's not going to take questions. It's that simple. So that this is where we're at, man. It's a tough situation that we're watching unfold right now. But yeah, like I want to be out there. No, let me take questions. Like I didn't do anything. Like this guy stole from me. Boom, point blank. And this is ridiculous. Like, I mean, they were laughing the same day the story came out.
Yeah,
they were laughing in the dugout. That's what's getting me. And then the walking back of certain statements, the interview with ESPN, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Wild start to 20.
Yeah, I mean, am I ruling out that maybe Ohtani didn't actually know? I'm not ruling it completely out. You never know, man. I mean, Tiger Woods cheated on his wife with 100 women, and she didn't know until the last second.
Yeah. So,
like, there are situations where it's like, how'd you not know? Well, maybe it didn't actually know. Maybe the person's really good at hiding things. You never know. Some people find things about even your closest friends that you didn't know, and that's how it goes. But the optics, from the entertainment business here, being baseball, from us as fans, it doesn't look good. From that side of things, it doesn't look good for Shohei Ohtani. And my fear, Nick, is MLB says they lost an investigation. Come down on this as hard as you can. Just because it's Ohtani and we all like him doesn't mean you shouldn't, really come down hard here and put a really well investigation here. It needs to be a good investigation.
Yeah, it needs to be thorough. It needs to be truthful. And if if there's bad actors, there needs to be punishment for those bad actors in this situation. We don't know all the facts yet. The full story is not out yet. That is clear to me. The full story is definitely not out yet because things weren't adding up when it first came out. So I'm just very curious. I want to wait for everything to kind of unfold, see where it goes, see when the investigative report comes out eventually. That's when we can really make a determination, I feel like. So we'll wait for that to happen. But in the meantime, it's all kind of speculative at this point. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, how do you feel? But all the facts aren't out there yet. So we see what he did at the press conference today. He gave a statement. Obviously, he's not going to take any questions. It's not going to be more than that for a little while. So I don't know how long they're going to keep him from not taking questions from the media, but this is going to be an interesting story to follow. And what's crazy? As we were coming on the air to do the show, there was another report in basketball that there were irregularities from a Toronto Raptors player regarding prop bets. And then a few weeks ago, Temple basketball, there were irregularities with betting on Temple basketball in college. So there's been some stories coming out over the last month about sports betting, sports gambling in the industry. It's widespread, man. I mean, we're seeing stuff pop up on a regular basis now over the past month, and that. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for the integrity of these sports, man. It sucks. But, this is what happens when you have all of these gambling sites and it's starting to be legalized now. This is going to come with the territory. There's going to be stories like this. And, it was just a matter of time before it happened.
Right. All right, Nick, we're going to move on. What did you have for dinner tonight?
What did I have for dinner? Oh. What did I have for dinner tonight? I can't even remember. What did I have for dinner?
What are you, like 90?
Oh, I came in. No, I am blank.
You had ice cream.
I did have ice cream.
Yeah, for dinner? Yeah. That's something you would have.
What did I have for dinner? No, I am legitimately drawing a blank on air right now.
I'll let you think. Can I tell?
You got to go first. I'm drawing a blank. What did I have for dinner?
So I had salad with some croutons, no dressing. I'm weird like that. And then I had some chili. Yeah, you're not even paying attention because you're just worried about what you had. I had some chili with a couple of tablespoons of sour cream on top. Delicious. Mother made the chili. You know what I'm saying? You remember, didn't you?
Yeah.
you can go in a second. I just because you just remember doesn't mean you get to go now. You don't need to just cut me off like you're there. So anyway, and then I had a cheeseburger that my mother made me. It was delicious. I could go for another one right now, but it's 9:30 at night. She's not gonna make me another one. So dinner was delicious. I had a healthy dose of some salad, some beef, some turkey. It was turkey chili, by the way. It was turkey chili. So it was delicious. So what was your dinner?
All right, so I remember now. I could not remember what I had for dinner tonight. That's pretty bad. I had a burger, I had a cheeseburger, a hot dog, and French fries. That's what I had for dinner.
Okay, so it was like barbecue night.
Yeah, it was barbecue night. We were grilling, so it was a good time. I went out and got ice cream afterwards. I got the pup cup for the dog. He enjoyed that.
Where did you get ice cream, by the way? You just told me the ice cream place. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
A little local ice cream shop right near my house.
Okay, what's it called? Shout them out.
Cold Cow.
Colton Cowser?
No, yeah, Colton Cow. Yeah, Cold Cow. Fantastic little joint right there. I got a chocolate milkshake. That's what I got.
Nice. So you can get ice cream. You got a chocolate milkshake.
Yeah, I'm a big milkshake guy.
So why don't you say you got a milkshake? You told me you got ice cream. That's not a milkshake.
Well, yeah, I got everyone else at the household. I got them ice cream too. I treated today. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, right. I got the pup cup for the dog. Yeah, it was a great night.
Fantastic. With that, good job. You finally remembered. We dive into the meat and potatoes. We hope you had a wonderful dinner tonight as well. And the meat and potatoes, boy, we're about to. I don't want to say that. We're about to get into it.
Don't get us in trouble. Don't get us in trouble.
I was about
the season's just started.
It wasn't going to sound right. Let's get into Major League Baseball season preview. Pretty much, we got some stuff to talk about here as far as divisional winners, World Series matchup awards. So, and then we'll get to some starting pitching matchups that we like on opening day because there are a good amount. I'm excited about some of these. So let's start with the divisional winners. Nick, we can go back and forth. We will start with the National League East. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves, the slight edge. I like the Phillies a lot this year. I'll get to them actually just very shortly after this segment is over. But I like the Phillies a lot this year. I actually like the Phillies to win 95 games and finish second. I think it's going to kind of mirror to a certain extent the 2022 season where the Mets and Braves both finished with about 100 wins, I believe it was. I like the Braves at about 97 to 98 wins. I still really like their offense and their bullpen is a tiny, tiny bit more than the Phillies. So I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves. Who do you like in the National League East?
Yeah, I got to go with the Braves again. I just feel like they're a regular season team. They're built for the regular season. They're stacked. I think they'll win over 100 games. I think the Phillies win around the same amount, like 94 wins, which in most divisions could be fine, right?
Absolutely.
But I think the Braves are that good. I think they win over 100 games again. I just think that's just how they're built and how they're wired. And they've been like that over the past couple of seasons. I think the Braves won 102 games this year. That's where I'm at with the Atlanta Braves. And they're going to win the NL East. It stinks. It pains me to say it, but they're going to win the NL East. Once again, now if the Phillies sign Jordan Montgomery,
different story. Yeah, I agree. We're on the same wavelength. We're on the same wavelength.
Different story. But right now, as of this moment, they don't have Jordan Montgomery. Taijuan Walker's hurt. They don't have as much depth at the back end of the rotation. I got to go with the Atlanta Braves.
Who you like in the National League Central?
This one was tough. One was tough.
Yeah, I know. You made the right choice, though, by the way. You're saying this. Go ahead.
This one was tough. But I gotta go with my guy, one of my favorite players in all of baseball.
Can I shut it off right
He's
now?
the leader. He's the leader.
Cody Bellinger?
Yeah. The Cincinnati Reds.
No, you're not.
Were the most improved team in the NL Central last year. They got up to 82 wins after a terrible season before. They improved the most. I think they continue to improve, and they continue to ascend. I'm taking the Cincinnati Reds to win the NL Central. I love them. I think they win it. The Brewers take a step back. I don't trust the Cubs completely yet. The Reds are going to shock you this year. They're going to shock you with the young core that they have. They have Matt McClain. They got Ellie. They got Steve. They got Green. They got all types of players.
Yeah, they got Hunter Green, but he can't stay healthy.
Montage.
He can't stay healthy.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. And I'm saying he stays healthy. I'm taking
You like Frankie Montas as their ace? You like him?
I'm taking the Reds. I'm taking the Reds all day. They have some ball players now. They have some ball players now. They have some major league players. They have some young ascending players in a wide open division. Reds all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think they improve. I don't think they win the division. I still like the Chicago Cubs, which I think are the correct choice here. I think their offense is still a little better than the Cincinnati Reds. You got Happ, Suzuki, Bellinger, Morel, Swanson, a little bit of Nico Horner there in the bottom of the lineup. And I think the edge here over the Reds for sure, and the Cardinals as well. I think the Cardinals actually like their offense still. But the Cubs, you got Justin Steele, Cy Young candidate last year, Kyle Hendricks, one of the more underrated pitchers in Major League Baseball over the last decade or so. And we'll see what we got with Shati Imanaga there. But I like, Steele and Hendricks at the top of that rotation. And I like, you add Hector Neris in that bullpen. I like the Cubs, man. I like the Cubs more than the Reds. I think a little bit more veteran experience there. I think it's going to give them the edge there in the division. I think like 88 wins probably wins the division. That's going to do it for the Cubs. So I got the Cubs.
So you have the Reds improving to what? They had 82 wins last year.
Yeah, maybe like 84, 85. I don't like, they got to prove it to you with that rotation, man. Frankie Montas hasn't really been healthy. And even when he was with New York, it wasn't that great. That great. So
it's a wide open division. I see an ascending team and an improving team. I think it's gonna be close between them and the Cubs. Don't get me wrong. I think it's gonna be close.
It's a boring division for me.
But I'm taking the Reds. I think they're an ascending team. This is a year for them to kind of take control of the division.
Okay, fine. NL West. Do we even need to talk about this? We have the Dodgers. Who you got?
You didn't take the. Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's the Dodgers. The Dodgers.
Although I do have a surprise in this division, actually. But
the Dodgers, the Dodgers are going to win this division. I don't think it's close.
Moto's been getting lit up this spring, though.
Yeah, he has. We'll see. We'll see about the Rookie of the Year talk and the Cy Young talk, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, Dodgers, NL West for me.
Who you like the AL East?
Do you need to ask me this question?
Oh my God! Well, if you pick the Reds, we know who you're going to pick now.
Do we need to ask me this question?
Darn it!
The Baltimore Orioles, like they had the best record last year, they're going to have the best record again this year in Major League Baseball. That's how good I think this team can be. The youngsters they have. Oh, Jacoby, Mayo, Kowser, Holiday, Rutschman, Gunnar. Oh, let me keep going. Frank Corbin, Burns in that rotation. Oh my goodness. What a team this is going to be. I think they have 105 wins this year. 105. Oh my
God, relax.
How about that? 105 wins winning the AL East.
You like this Orioles. Rotation?
I trust it enough. This team won over 100 games last year, and they added Corbin Burns.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, well, we're not talking about World Series yet, so I mean, I can rock with that.
But are we?
Rock with that.
But are we?
Oh my God.
But are we? This is a team that made it to the divisional round last year. They're young. I get it. They didn't prove anything in the playoffs last year, but they got the experience, Francisco. And when I see a team that's ascending like the Reds, they're on their way in the NL. And I see a team that's really, really ascending with the best prospects in baseball who are turning into really good major league players. I got to go with the Orioles. They're winning that division hands down. I just don't see the Yankees doing it. I don't see the Blue Jays doing it. The Rays are taking a little bit of a step back. I'm going with the Orioles.
Fine. Yeah, I'm going with the Orioles too. I wasn't even arguing. It was just like, it was all, yeah. I don't even know why was I even giving you pushback. I like the Orioles too. I just wanted to give you pushback for the sake of pushback. All right, Central is like an interesting division, actually. It's kind of a wide open division, but I'm going to take the Twins once again. I like Pablo Lopez and Joe Ryan at the top of that rotation. Royce Lewis, I think he to this Twins team this year. You'll get a full year out of him. He hit some big time home runs late in the season last year and in the playoffs. So I like the Twins in that division, but there's some talk about the Kansas City Royals after the offseason they had. A really underrated offseason. And a really boring offseason, let's be honest, in Major League Baseball. But I'm going to stick with the Minnesota Twins. Who do you like, Nick?
Yeah, I think this is kind of an open division. The Guardians could make a push too, but I got to go with the Minnesota Twins. They won it last year. I think they win it again this year. So I got to go with the Twins. I just think this is their division in my estimation to win it this year.
What do you? I'm just curious your thoughts here because this is one I was thinking about just because of this division being so wide open. What do you think about the Tigers?
I don't think they're there yet. I don't.
They've got some interesting look. I think that rotation has some potential. You got Tarek Skubal. They're at the top of the rotation. You got Kenta Maeda, who's been good in the past. Jack Flaherty, who I think could possibly be a candidate maybe for a little bit of a comeback player of the year. Casey Mize, former #1 draft pick.
Yeah,
he's interesting. I'm telling you, this rotation has potential. I'm not saying they're going to be good. I'm not saying they're going to be great or anything like that. I'm just saying there's potential there. Those four guys.
Mize is an intriguing prospect. He's had some injury problems. But he coming up, he was a guy that really to watch for. And I feel like he's kind of been forgotten a little bit. So I'm very curious to see what he does next year. I'm very curious. I'm looking at they won 78 games net last year. Guardians won 76. I don't think the Royals have a shot. The White Sox, no. I think the Guardians will be better. Tigers, I don't think they'll make a push over the Twins. I think the Twins are just a better team. They're more put together. I think they should win this division handily. I mean, they won it by 9 games last year. I don't think I think it's kind of going to be the same. Maybe they win by 7-6 games this year in that division. That's just where I'm at.
What do you think of the AL West?
The West, obviously you have the World Series champions in the Texas Rangers, right? They kind of blew it last year. The Astros came back on the last day of the season to win it. Ended up playing them in the ALCS. But I got to go Astros. I think the Astros win it again. I think they win the division. Texas right now doesn't have Jordan Montgomery as well. They don't bring him back as of this point. And I just think the Astros are going to be too good. They add some pitching in the offseason. I think they're going to be as good as advertised as they've been over the past couple of seasons. So I don't think there's any reason to go against the Houston Astros as division winners. I know it was close last year. I know Texas just won the World Series. Astros are too good, man. I think they're going to be even better this year than they were last year. I think they win more than just 90 games. I think they get the 95 mark at least.
Yeah, we're on the same page here with the Astros. I think the Hader edition, I've been saying this, the last couple of months, the Hader edition really, I think, puts them over the top in that division. I like the Rangers. I don't think they've done enough in their bullpen. This offseason. If the Rangers were the one to get Hader, we might be having a different story.
Yeah,
different story here. Verlander is starting the season on the IL, I think. I don't know when McCullers comes back, but I still like the top of their rotation with Valdez. Christian Javier, I think, could be a good candidate for a bounce-back season, and I love their offense. Yordan Alvarez actually might be someone that's not talked about enough in Major League Baseball because of how an incredible hitter that he is. I like the Astros. I'm with you, bro. I'm truly with you. I like the Astros. In this division, I'll go about 94 or 95 games. The winner. Should we save? Let's just get to it. All right, World Series matchup. Who do you like for the matchup, and who wins how many games?
This is I think I may have picked this last year at some point during the season, this matchup.
Okay.
And I'm feeling it this year though. It's gotta happen. It's an all East Coast
Oh
teams.
my God.
Two East
You're
Coast
such a
teams.
fraud. Go ahead.
Two East Coast teams. For the NL, I think the Phillies finally get over the hump. I think they make a deadline deal that helps them get over the hump this year. They get another pitcher, whether they sign Montgomery or not. I think they make a move at the deadline. They have some depth in the outfield. They can move a piece to go get a starting pitcher or something. I think that could be possible. They have the prospects to do it as well. This is the year they go for it, right? I like the Phillies in the NL. I do. They play so well in the postseason. They're at the bank. And it's not me being a homer. It's not. I just think they have the lineup. They have the pitching staff. I think this is the year to go for it, right? I'm taking the Phillies in the NL. I think they get over that hump. They get through the wild card series pretty handily. They'll face the Braves again somehow, some way, whether it's in the division series or not. I think the Phillies get in the NL. I really do. I think this is the year. They're biting. They're so close, right? They've been there. They've been to the World Series a couple years ago. Got to Game 6 against the Astros. This year, last year, they fell apart in Game 7. They've been so close. I think they just get over the hump at some point with this core. I can't see this core not winning a title. I just can't see it. I think the Phillies go to the World Series this year for the NL. Now the American League. It's their time, man. It is their time. They're going to have the best record in baseball again. They're going to win the AL East. They have stars up and down. They have a guy who's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. And they got a couple of guys that can win Rookie of the Year. The Baltimore Orioles are going to be in the World Series this year. That's how much I believe in their young core. That's how much I think they're going to be even better than they were last year. They have the postseason experience now. They got a top line starter in Corbin Burns at the front of rotation to go in the game ones of the postseason, go into the game ones of the DS, in the CS. I like the Orioles, man. How can you not pick the Orioles? I understand the Astros there. I understand they're there. But they're going like this. They're going downward. The Orioles are just going upward. Orioles, Phils, Camden Yards, CBP. That's where the World Series is going. We're going to be attending games at some way, somehow. We'll make the drive up and down 95.
I'm down with
the
that.
95 series from Baltimore to Philadelphia. That's the World Series prediction right there.
I'm down with going to these games, but all right. So I think last year I picked Braves Astros. I did a 2021 rematch. And wouldn't you have it, I'm picking a 2022 rematch. I'm going Astros Phillies.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going Astros Phillies. I think the Phillies are right there, man. I think the Phillies know how to win in the postseason. I know that technically it didn't seem that way against Arizona, but they did it in 2022. I think this team is really close, and they're pissed off about what happened in 2023. I think top to bottom, I don't know about them having a number one bullpen in baseball according to MLB.com, but I definitely think they have an elite bullpen. They do have potential to be a number one bullpen in baseball, but I don't want to say that. But regardless, I think top to bottom, I think they have one of the best teams in baseball. The fact that here in Philadelphia we're debating about who should be the opening day center fielder between Johan Rojas and Christian Pache just shows how good the offense is when we're just debating stuff like that. It shouldn't be, who cares? It's the 9-hole. These are Pache and Rojas are two young guys that, have big time potential. So who cares about that? Johan Rojas is going to be the opening day center fielder, and he's really there for his defense, which is why they had him in the playoffs last season. So I think the Phillies are so stacked on offense. I really like the rotation. Interesting here with the Taiwan Walker news, but I still really like the rotation. Looks like Spencer Turnbull will slot in as the number 5 for now. We'll see what happens with Montgomery. As there have been reports that he has 2 long-term offers on the table. So we'll see what happens with Jordan Montgomery. And I really like the bullpen. So the Phils, I just like them a lot. The Braves have choked in the playoffs the last couple of years, coming at the hands of the Phils. The Dodgers, I don't like the Dodgers rotation enough. I think that's one thing. I know Yamamoto. We'll see. Maybe Yamamoto is great this year. Maybe that's a big X factor. But still, is that enough? I don't know. Tyler Glasnow, can he stay healthy? The rest of that rotation, who is it? I'm trying to think. I'm drawing blanks. Bobby Miller. Bobby Miller's still young. Can he prove it? James Paxton is right now slotted in as their number 5, according to Fangraphs. I just don't think, pitching really, really wins championships at the end of the day. And the Dodgers just don't have it for me right now. So I'm going with the Phils, National League. Astros have them getting back. like I said, I explained this. Josh Hader, that addition is just going to put them over the top, and the Astros are going to get back to the World Series. And my winner, I'm going to go Philadelphia Phillies in 7 games. Not being trying to be a homer, but just being real. I'm going with Phils in 7.
Yeah, I didn't pick a winner.
I'm gonna
go Phils too. I think the Phils win in 6. Phils win in 6 over the Orioles. Over the Orioles. And you know who's going to be the X factor? Mr. Craig Kimbrell.
Yes.
Craig Kimbrell, the X factor in that series. Yeah. Yes. Little payback.
Apparently he's starting to change up in spring. So look at that.
I don't care. I'm
just saying.
I'm just going to pretend he's not there all season in Baltimore to ruin my youngster.
Yeah, I mean, you're a Baltimore Orioles fan, so.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not a fan. I'm just watching from afar.
You can be a fan and watch from afar.
Watching from afar.
Yeah.
I enjoy their brand of baseball. But you won't see me wearing Orioles stuff during the World Series, Francisco. That's what you won't see.
It's okay if you want to. I wouldn't judge you. I'm just saying, you want to wear your Adley jersey under your Bryce Harper jersey? I'm fine with that.
No shot. Not a chance.
I don't judge, bro. I don't judge.
Not a chance.
Randy Johnson's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Randy Johnson's a legend. That's all I got to say on that. All right, so that's our World Series predictions. I have Phillies in 7 over the Astros. You have Phillies in 6 over the Baltimore Orioles. Awards time. We were going to do MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year for each league. I'll go first here on MVP. I'm going to start the American League. I'm going to go Juan Soto. I think he's going to have a ginormous year over there with the 2 short porches in Yankee Stadium. He's built for a big-time market like this out there with the New York Yankees. He's going to have some protection in that lineup with Aaron Judge or vice versa. They'll both be protecting each other. So I like Juan Soto to win MVP. I'm actually going to have more on him in a little bit, so I don't want to give away too much on what his stat line will be or anything like that. But Juan Soto, again, he's only 25 years old. I have to remind you, people, that he's only 25 years old, and he's already putting up insane numbers since he helped the Nationals get to the World Series back in 2019. Juan Soto, he's ready. He's ready to win an MVP. The fact that, I think Juan Soto is going to win multiple MVPs throughout his career on his way to a Hall of Fame type career. So I like Juan Soto in the American League. Let me give you my National League one, then I'll let you go with your American League and National League. National League. I'm going with Fernando Tatis Jr. This could have been like a bold prediction, but I think that people kind of forget about him. He had his whole situation with the PEDs that he was taking a couple of years ago. He got some down ballot MVP votes last season. I think the guy's ready to come back, hit 40 homers, I think he won a Gold Glove last year. I think the guy's ready for I don't know, is that a re-breakout season? I don't know. He had a good season last year. I think he's ready to be elite again, and I think he's ready to win an MVP. I like Fernando Tatis Jr. in the National League, so I think you're going to get 2 young superstars. I'm still calling Tatis a superstar, especially after he wins MVP this year. Juan Soto in the American League, Fernando Tatis Jr. in the National League. Nick Earnshaw, give me your picks.
Wow. Tatis one threw me. I'm not going to lie. Wow. I don't know if it happens, but maybe he does have a bounce back, a big year. We'll see.
He had a good year last year. It's not like he's having a bounce back. He just had a good year last year.
I mean, we're talking MVP, like bounce back for that.
He 42 home runs a couple of years ago. He had a big time season a couple of years ago.
I'm saying. Wow. Okay. So we've been agreeing too much today, which is actually making me upset. And I don't like it.
Yeah, I hate it.
Soto. I have Soto as my MVP in the American League too. I do. I have it written down right here. I have in pen, on my notes.
Good.
Yeah, I got Soto as my MVP. I mean, he's in Yankee Stadium, the short porch out there. I think it's for him that, in Yankee Stadium, you're having the protection of Judge. You got Stanton in the lineup too. I can't see him not having a big year in that home run park.
It's an easy pick, but it's a fun. It's still like, I think it's exciting for the game because Juan Soto as a Yankee could, big time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Judge is like the slight favorite over him, but they're like the two top favorites, I believe, if you look at the betting market. I think it's like Judge and then Soto. I could see Soto having just a monster year for the Yankees
I
this
think
year.
a lot of people
Now,
and he had a hot spring too. So
yeah, so he's gonna be a foreman. You already said it. He's 25 years of age, man. He's still not even in the midst of his prime, and
I
he's
know.
this good. It's
fun.
ridiculous.
Thank God he's out of the National League, especially at the NL
Yeah.
East.
Yeah, it's good. NL
Yeah.
National League. He's coming back. This guy plays first base. He's a newly first baseman. Newly first base.
Oh, come on.
Bryce is gonna win an MVP this year. I'm telling you.
Okay,
He's gonna be
yeah.
healthy. The back's gonna be okay. It's
Third
all gonna be
MVP, huh?
fine. He's gonna win the MVP again, man. I think he is This is an angry, like you meant, angry Phillies team. This is an angry team.
They
coming
are
off the
angry.
Game 7 loss. There's no this team's gonna be on a different level this year. Like they'll compete for the division, I feel like, for a while, but then I think Atlanta's gonna eventually just kind of run away with it at some point. But yeah, this is a good team that's gonna win 95 games. They're gonna look legit all year. Harper's gonna have that big year. He needs another MVP to add to his repertoire, his resume. I think this is the year he does it. He's at first base. He's going to be playing every day again. He's out in the field. He's not just DHing anymore. Puts it all together once again. I think he needs another MVP in a Phillies uniform. I think it happens. I think this is the year that happens. I think everything kind of comes together for Philadelphia this year. MVP type season, World Series. I think this is the year that Bryce takes the MVP. I think he has 30 plus home runs. I think he has over 100 RBIs. I think this is a monster year for Bryce Harper and this lineup. I really, really do.
No, I don't. I like your picks. And I think it's ironic that if Soto and Bryce Harper both won MVP in the same year, Soto to follow up Bryce in Washington. I think that would be wild. And I think Bryce has a lot of respect for Soto, and I think it's vice versa as well. I'll give you my Cy Young picks here in AL and NL, and then I want yours. American League. I'm gonna go, and I think this is gonna be tough. I don't want to say tough because I want to say this is gonna put the Seattle Mariners over the hump a little bit to get in the playoffs. But I really like Luis Castillo. I think this is I can see him kind of snagging like a sneaky Cy Young here in his career. He's had some good years there in Cincinnati. Had a really good year last year for Seattle. Finished 5th in Cy Young voting. Throws hard. He is one of the nastiest two-seamers / sinkers in the game. Throws it really hard, about 98 to 100. Really like watching him pitch. That to go along with his changeup, just nasty stuff. And I think Luis Castillo, I can see him just kind of, be someone that we're gonna look back on his career, be like, he was a good pitcher. But remember that, he has Cy Young too. I think he's going to be someone that maybe we'll be talking about snagging a Cy Young in his career. And I think this is going to be the year that Luis Castillo does it. He's 31 years old, right in the prime of his career still. And maybe that puts Seattle into the playoffs. I don't know. A couple of teams there in the AL East that, can make the playoffs. Yankees, the Rays, the Blue Jays. It's going to be tough. But maybe maybe you got the Rangers and the Astros there. But that's besides the point. I like Luis Castillo to win the American League Cy Young Award. National League, not so surprising one. This guy has pulled out a new pitch this spring, and he said it himself. He thinks this pitch can be the pitch that's going to win him the Cy Young. I'm going with Zach Wheeler. Guy just signed a 3-year extension. He has one of the highest AAV contracts in Major League Baseball history now. We talked about him within the last couple of shows where I said that Zach's, I think, has been a little underrated, even if we think that's possible. Yeah. But he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball. His new splitter looks nasty. I think Zach Wheeler's ready to win the Cy Young this year for real. I wanted to say Aaron Nola, but there's just something about, I don't think Nola's gonna have a bad year by any means. I think Nola's gonna have a good year. But I'd be kind of, holding the brakes a little bit. Maybe Nola does come out and have a elite season, but I think he's gonna have a good year. But I think this is the year it feels like Zach Wheeler's getting the ball on opening day, by the way, not Nola this year. It just feels like it's a Zach Wheeler year. So I'm going Luis Castillo, American League from the Mariners. And in the National League, I'm going Zach Wheeler from the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's go with yours.
I like him. I like your picks a lot. So I'll start in the AL. I'm staying in the AL East.
Mm.
I gotta go Corbin Burns, man. Corbin Burns is gonna win Cy Young for the Orioles. He's traded to Baltimore. I think he's gonna excel there. He's the number one guy. He's gotten close before. I think this is Corbin Burns' year in Baltimore. It just feels like a Baltimore year. They're ascending team. They're a young team, and I joke, but I really think Baltimore's gonna have a good year. Corbin Burns is gonna lead the way. His stuff is just nasty. I think in the AL, this is his to take, especially when he has that offense behind him as well. I like Corbin Burns, man. I think he's gonna be shut down for the Orioles this year. He's gonna be my pick in the AL. Now, I think I think that's kind of an easy pick for me with the Corbin Burns thing in the Orioles, right? Now I'm going to switch to the NL. Love the Zach Wheeler pick. I'm going someone who's had a pretty good couple of years. He went to the World Series last year. Didn't win the World Series, but he was in it. And the Phillies know who this is. He's a local kid from South Jersey. Zach Gallen's going to win the Cy Young next year, or this coming year, for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's had a really, really good career 3.21 ERA. I had an all-star level season last year, won 17 games. I know you don't care about wins, but I think this is the year he pitched the most innings he ever pitched last year, 210 innings. I think he's a guy to watch out for. Had over 200 strikeouts last season. I think he's even better this year for the Arizona Diamondbacks. I really like where he's at. He's going to go into his age 28 season. I think Zach Gallen's is primed for a really, really big year for the Arizona Diamondbacks. His ERA went up a little bit above 3 last year. I think comes back down under 3. I think you're going to see it at probably around like 2.75 or something like that. But I think Zach Gallen has a monster year for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's got incredible stuff. He's able to locate his pitches well this year. Zach Gallen's going to be my guy, my pick for the NL Cy Young Award.
I like your picks. I like your picks a lot. By the way, I don't know how many people have done it. So Blake Snell's won Cy Youngs in both leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of who else has recently. Does Verlander? No, Verlander do it with the Verlander with the Astros and the Tigers. I'm just trying to think who else has won Cy Youngs in both leagues, because if Burns does it, he'd be doing both leagues.
Yeah, both leagues.
I can't really think of it right now, but it doesn't matter. So that'll be big time. Not mad at those picks. I like them. Gallen has been, one of the. I think he's been underrated too a little bit, but people saw him in the playoffs last year, so I think he's kind of on people's radar now.
Yep.
Rookie of the year. I'll let you go first here, and then I'll go second. So give me your picks.
So also I wanted to add Max Scherzer, Roy Halladay, Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, Gaylord Perry were the ones who have won the Cy Young in both leagues.
Right. Good call. Yeah.
Yep. So also, all right, moving to Rookie of the Year. All right, so for me, I got to stick with the theme here. Jackson Holliday is going to win Rookie of the Year.
He didn't make the team.
I know he didn't make the team. He's going to get called up eventually. He's going to get called up.
And like August, he's going to hit like 30 home runs in August.
No, stop. He's going
there he goes. There he goes. The Orioles fraud. He's a fan. He's an Orioles fan.
Whoa. I know he didn't make the team. You don't have to make the opening day roster to qualify for Rookie of the Year. He's going to get called up at some point. He's going to be doing so well in AAA. He's going to qualify for the Rookie of the Year voting, and he is going to run away with it. That is a superstar in the making. Jackson Holliday is a superstar in the making. We already talked about how he's already married. He's got a mansion already. I mean, he's doing better than me and you. He's way younger than you and I. I got to go Jackson Holliday. Jackson Holliday is going to win the Rookie of the Year. He's going to come up. They're going to call him up at some point. I'd say probably like May-ish. That's when they'll call Jackson Holliday up. I expect him to be in the big leagues this year. Jackson Holliday wins the Rookie of the Year. He comes out of the minor leagues. He puts on a show for the Orioles, has a really, really great season, just mashes the baseball throughout the rest of the year. AL Rookie of the Year. That's my guy, Jackson Holliday, superstar in the making. I don't care if he's not on the roster yet. He's going to win it eventually. That's where I'm going. All right. And then for the NL, I'm going to go to the West Coast. I think the newest signing, the South Korean outfielder for Francisco Giants, who signed a 6-year, $113 million deal. Jung-Hoo Lee, 25-year-old center fielder. He was insane in the Korean Baseball League. He had an over 340 batting average career in Korea, 65 home runs, 69 stolen bases. This is a guy who won an MVP in that league in 2022. I think he comes over here, has a really good season for San Francisco. San Francisco's made a bunch of signings to try and compete with the Dodgers. I don't think they're going to win the division. I think they can get into the playoffs. We talked about it. They're right around that wild card spot. We think they'll compete. I think Jung-Hoo Lee is going to win in the National League. I think he has a monster year. He comes over and is really successful here in Major League Baseball. So he's 25 years old. I think he puts up some big numbers as a rookie over here. I think he wins NL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, let me pull a Nick Earnshaw real quick. Oh yeah, Nick Abel's gonna come up in August. He's gonna win. He's gonna win NL Cy Young. That's what he's gonna do. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I had to make
Jackson Holiday is the number one prospect in September.
So he called up in September. He's gonna hit 100. He's gonna pull a Johan Rojas. He's gonna hit 92.
No, anyway, stop. Come on.
I like Jackson Holiday. He looked great. He looked good in the spring, man.
Looked really good. He looked really good.
You know who looked better? I ain't gonna lie. Who looked better?
I
know you said don't go with the easy pick, but he's exciting, man. Not Evan Carter. Relax.
I'm not saying, I know who you're gonna
There's
pick.
two guys in the Rangers, and the second guy is Wyatt Langford. My gosh, that kid's gonna
he's gonna mash.
Yeah, he can mash.
I know he can
respect
mash.
on Wyatt Langford's name. I'm excited. Top pick in the draft last season. He's ready. I'm ready. He's got the confidence. He's got the swagger. He's got the play. He's ready. What do you want?
Is this our new Ellie versus Corbin this year? Jackson versus Wyatt?
Fine. Yeah, you want it to be that way? I'm going to win again. No. O'Neal Cruz is going to win MVP this year probably. He looks good this spring, too.
He looks really good.
Who's the better Cruz, O'Neal or Ellie? Who will have the better career? We might do that. We might do that topic. Who's going to have a better career just for the heck of it? O'Neal Cruz or Ellie? Maybe I'll do a video on it. Maybe I don't need you. I'll do it.
No, you need me. You need me to rebuke anything you say.
We could do a collab video. We've never done a collab video, I don't think. We could do a short collab video. We could do that.
That's an idea. O'Neal versus Ellie. Oh, man. Oh, you're killing me.
All right. So anyway,
same division. Wait, same division too, by the way.
Yes. Oh, look at that. Maybe it comes out like the last day of the season. Where do the Reds and Pirates play on the schedule?
I don't know.
Well, hey, the Pirates are an interesting one.
We take a trip. Is this a shift road trip I'm hearing?
Yeah. I'd be down. I would be down. I wouldn't be mad. You're going to Madison Square Garden and all that stuff. So
yeah.
Come on.
We're going everywhere.
All right. So I'm gonna take Wyatt Langford from the American League and the National League. I'd say Kyle Harrison from the Giants. I think that Blake Snell, that signing, takes a little bit of pressure off of his shoulders. He is a top prospect for the Giants, but I think Logan Webb, big time. Blake Snell, big time. Robbie Ray coming back mid-season, big time. He's won a Cy Young. He's somebody that we're going to be looking back on his career saying he had a good career, kind of like I'm saying about Luis Castillo there. But I think that Kyle Harrison, he is going to be somebody this year that I can win the Rookie of the Year this year. I think he can have a good year. Maybe not the type of year Kodai Senga had last year, but I think Kyle Harrison is somebody that I can see winning Rookie of the Year in the National League. Got any thoughts there?
No, I think they're both fair picks. I mean, I can't hate on the Wyatt Langford thing. I can't. He's the favorite for a reason. I like it. I think when Jackson comes up, he just he starts to creep up in those standings, in those odds.
September when he gets called up. Relax.
When he gets called up, Jackson Holiday will be the Rookie of the Year. But no, I like the Wyatt Langford pick. I think he's going to mash the baseball. I think he's going to be ridiculous. That's a superstar in the making. Great pick there. I think Kyle Harrison, another guy who definitely could win. I don't know what his odds are. I can't remember exactly. I can pull it up real quick for the NL. So he's plus 1,400 in most places. They have Michael Busch is ahead of him. Jackson Merrill, another guy who's in that conversation. So Rookie of the Year is kind of a tough one to gauge heading into the season. You never know with some of these young players how they're going to pan out. So I think Kyle Harrison, really good pick. We both went with Giants, which is pretty crazy. I like that a lot. But I think they're two reasonable picks. You went with the safe, easy options, which is fine. which is great. Good for
relax.
you. Want some safe
Relax.
options there.
Evan Carter's like the. By the way, Evan Carter's like the favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
He's no Wyatt Langford's the favorite.
Is he?
Yeah, according to
It
most
was Evan
books.
Carter
Yeah.
at one point.
Evan Carter's right behind him. Yeah, Evan Carter's right behind him. But yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, maybe you're right. I don't know. Evan Carter in my book is the favorite, even though technically I have Wyatt Langford winning. It just
it goes
for the sake of my argument.
So on most books, it's Wyatt Langford, Evan Carter, then Jackson Holiday.
Okay, yeah. So you picked an easy pick too. So relax. All right. Anyway. All right. So let's get to top opening day starting pitching matchups because I think there are some exciting starting pitching matchups. I'll give you one. Then you give me one. Okay. I'm gonna go the easy route for the first one because I can. Zach Wheeler and Spencer Strider. I know you probably have that one.
Yeah.
But it's easy. Spencer Strider, one of the most young, exciting baseball players in general. I think he added a new pitch this spring.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a slider or what he added. But he's got a new pitch, so maybe that wins him a Cy Young. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe this is a battle for who's going to win the Cy Young this year. Yep. Zach Wheeler and Spencer Strider. But I like Strider and Wheeler on the mound for the Phils and the Braves. Who you got for me?
Yeah, I think it's the best matchup across the board.
Yeah, I think that's
no doubt. It's going to be unreal whether it's Thursday or Friday. All right, I got to go Yankees Astros for me. That's where I got to go. Nestor Cortez against Framber Valdez for the Houston Astros. So Nestor Cortez in the spot of Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole out with the injury right now. Cortez missed a lot of last season with injury, right? He only had 12 starts, had above a 4 ERA, wasn't very good, injured. But 2022, really good. He had 28 starts, 2.44 ERA. So he was really good. Maybe we see him get back to form. Very intrigued by this matchup. And then obviously Framber Valdez, really good pitcher. This is a third straight opening day start for the Astros. So I think this is a great matchup. Yankees are expected to be back into that mix, right? I don't know how good they'll be, but they're going to be back into the mix this year. They got to stay healthy. They're already off to a bad start with Garrett Cole being out. But Cortez, if he can get back to that 2022 form, I think this is an intriguing matchup on opening day. It'll be a fun one for the Astros and Yankees.
You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to do another one. I'm going to go someone you wouldn't expect to start because he's been a reliever for the Chicago White Sox, but he was named opening day starter. Garrett Crochet on one side. He's intriguing. He's like he looks like Randy Johnson a little bit. With the height,
he came over in the Cease trade, right? Was he over? He came over. Was it the Cease trade or because of the Cease trade, right? That's why
recently.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, Crochet's been there.
He's been there for a while, and then he moved up, right?
Yeah, Crochet, he's had a lot of potential. I just think I don't know if health has been the issue or what it's been, but Garrett Crochet, Tarek Skubal, someone who you mentioned earlier, we both mentioned. But I think that's an intriguing matchup. If you look at Tarek Skubal's numbers over his last 35 to 36 starts over a full season of work, has about an ERA just over 3. He's been really good. And Crochet is somebody I just really like to watch him pitch. Somebody with stuff like that. His fastball slider combination is just disgusting. He can give you 100, 101, and then he can give you a slide piece right across, right across the plate. It just looks nasty. It's impossible to hit. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do as an opening day starter. So Crochet and Skubal is my other one. Want to give me another one?
Yeah, I'll pull up another one here. There was a couple I was looking at. I gotta go. So Corbin Burns against Patrick Sandoval. Patrick Sandoval gets he's succeeding Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. So I'm not even looking at Burns. Obviously, that's all
that pressure.
Yeah, all that pressure after Ohtani leaves. Now all of a sudden, I think that's a good one. So we'll see how that rolls out. I don't expect the Angels to do very much this year, but he's the first Angels left-handed pitcher, according to MLB.com, left-handed pitcher since 2009 to start on opening day since Joe Saunders.
Joe Saunders, look at that name. All right. Okay, we're getting to the hour mark here, so let's close out the show. I need from you, bro. I need a bold prediction for 2024. Go ahead. Say Jackson Holiday's going to hit 50 home runs. Say Colton Cowser's going to win the American League. He's going to make the All-MLB team. What are you gonna do? Go ahead.
I'm going with my other one. My other guy.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie De La Cruz.
He wins NL MVP, right?
50 plus stolen bases for Ellie De La Cruz this year.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my bold prediction.
Is that bold though? I mean, like,
I think it's bold. Do you want me to go
he
60?
can
I'll
do
go 60. 60 plus
go 90.
for not
Come on,
good.
dude, how many bases did he steal last year over 90 games? I think he had
I'm
like
going
20, 25.
I'll go 60 for you. I'll go
Yeah.
60 for
No,
you.
do whatever you want. I'm just
go
curious.
60.
He had 35 stolen bases in 100 games. Yeah, let's go, man. 50.
60?
Come on.
60.
better than
We'll go
that.
60. Come on, we'll go
better
60.
than that.
We'll go
okay,
60.
fine. That's okay, fine. Boring,
60.
but fine.
You were
Fine.
boring you picked all the easy picks today. I don't want to
No,
hear
I did not. I said Garrett Crochet and Terrence Skubal. Get out of here. I said Fernando Tatis Jr. for NL MVP. Get out of here. Yeah,
60
get
stolen
outta here.
bases and a division win for the Reds.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Ellie De La Cruz. And I was also hoping for more like a Ricky Henderson, 100 stolen bases, something like that. I was thinking about the stolen base thing. I was thinking about, will someone steal like, but it had to be like 100. I needed that. Esther Ruiz, 67 last year. Acuna, 70 plus.
70.
Right?
I don't think Ellie gets a 70. I don't know if he gets a 70. I'll say 60. We'll go 60. We'll go 60.
Okay. Well, yeah, you better get
I'll
on
move
base
it
at
up.
better than a 250 clip. So yeah, you better hope you better hope your boy.
So that's why it's a bold prediction, man.
Yeah.
It's a bold prediction.
I'm gonna go for mine. I'm gonna stick with the Yankees here.
Okay.
What am I gonna do here? Do I want to say it?
So,
All right. Aaron Judge and Juan Soto will combine this year for at least not at least. I'm gonna say 100 home runs.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Alright.
Judge hits like 55. It's big
Okay.
time.
Yeah, it's big time.
I'm gonna say Juan Soto has like a monster, and you won't
45.
ever see him hit at least this many home runs again, like 45 homers.
Okay.
He's
I
never
like
done
it.
that. I think his career high was last year with 35.
All right.
So,
I like it.
yeah, that's bold for you, buddy.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's not crazy bold. but,
relax. Yes, it
Not
was.
crazy.
It's bold.
Yeah, I think we could have been bolder.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could have been bolder, but
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll see. 60 plus for Ellie. 60 plus stolen base.
Okay. All right. Well, 100 home runs for Judge and Soto. Maybe.
Alright.
I mean, it would have been maybe a little bit more intriguing if we'd said, "Oh, Judge breaks Barry Bonds with 75 home runs,
Yeah,
and Soto hits
yeah.
25 and 100 home runs that way."
All right, 160. 160.
Okay.
Great job.
Okay.
There we go. See it.
All right. Well, let us know. I didn't put my Twitter name there because I'm not a fraud.
Hey, new Twitter handle, by the way.
Yeah, go follow
I-
Nick.
New Twitter handle, new Instagram handle, and TikTok. All three.
Yeah.
I think I got to change the bottom down here, too.
By the way, Joe Von Alford, he was he was a guest here on the show and
Yeah.
will be again at some point.
What
He
are you
just,
tweeting? What are you
yeah, I
live
tweeted-
tweeting?
Yeah, I
didn't even
tweeted that
see
you're a
this.
fraud.
Oh,
You're an Orioles fan, and he responded with this. Look at that.
I just saw it. Wow.
That's fantastic. That's a great picture.
I
I'm gonna
got
save
all
that.
I had is a
I'm gonna
little
save
soft-
that for you. I'm gonna save that.
All I got is a little
Oh.
soft spot for the Orioles here.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll have my Phillies jersey on during the World Series. It's all good. all
Okay.
good.
Yeah, we all know you're an Orioles fan now. I'm gonna tweet out that picture. Well, actually, technically,
What are you gonna take it from him?
no, I'm not gonna do that. But like, I will save it, and I will credit Jovan every time I do it going forward. That's a fantastic picture. I love
Okay.
that. That is hilarious.
Yeah, it's
That's
okay.
that's you. That's your face. Damn, that's like a spinning image of you. Yeah. Come up to the camera. Look at the camera. Let's see your face. That's you. Say hello.
No, I'm not saying
Chirp.
hello.
Chirp.
I'm not an Orioles fan. I'm not an Orioles fan. I enjoy the youngsters. I got to see them come through the minors, and I enjoy them.
Right. Yes,
the
you
majors.
enjoy them as a fan. Right. We're out of here, baby. The Shift, episode 49. Or Nick's an Orioles fan. We're going to talk to you guys soon when we wrap up the opening day weekend.